it's your girl Adeola. So my people, did you guys hear that Mr. President has finally fired the aviation minister, Madam Stella Oduah? Hey, yes. So I was like, go Jonah, go Jonah, go Jonah. You know what a wonderful president. A president that stands up against corruption. You know, I've been telling you guys that Mr. Jonathan is a good man with good intention. You know, I've been saying it on this show all the time. And where are those people, the enemies of progress, that were saying that Mr. Jonathan cannot stand against corruption? You see? You see? I know it took about 3 years, but at least the man has done something right. Yes, I'm very happy for His Excellency, you know, for standing up to corruption. You know, do well, Jari Mayoga. But I wanted to tell you guys about my friend Tunde. See, that guy, he can be too critical. I don't know what his problem is. He said to me, he said, Adeola, so Jonathan fired the woman. And then what? The real question is, what happens to all the money that this woman has stolen? All the money that she has embezzled? I said, Tunde, mind yourself, mind yourself. If somebody has done something right, he should be commended. He should be praised. That was what I told him. He said, no. Wasn't it the same with Farouk Lawan and Femi Otedola? After they fired Farouk Unko, doesn't he still have the $620,000 that he collected from Femi Otedola? Did they collect the money from him? I said, no, but at least they fired him now. Tunde said to me, remember the former Speaker of the House of Rep, Dimeji Bankole, during Jonathan's time, you know, they arrested the man for stealing tens of millions of dollars. And what happened after that? Did they recover ₦1 from Dimeji Bankole? I said no. But at least they removed him from being the Speaker of the House, right? He said to me, the man is still spending our money till today. I said, that is true. Tunde said, look here, my friend, several governors like that were picked up by the EFCC, nothing came out of it, like Bukola Saraki of Kwara State. Him and his family ruined an entire bank. You know, all of them, they are now defecting to APC. Did they cough out our money? I said no. He said, Adeola, I beg. Until the woman is prosecuted and placed under the law, that is when we will know that Mr. Jonathan is truly fighting corruption. You guys know that I'm very gentle, right? But you know, I got angry that day. I had to tell Tunde. I looked at him in the eye. I said, Tunde, what is your problem? Why can't you see any good thing in Mr. President? At least once, if somebody has done something right, you should commend them. That was when my friend Chioma jumped in. You know, I thought she was about to defend me, only for her to say, Adeola, hey, look at you. Hey, have you forgotten that the election is getting close? Hey, my dear, let me tell you, all these are election strategies. I said, hey, Chioma, your mouth, this your mouth. She said to me, hey, if Mr. President is truly fighting corruption, he would have fired Oduah a long time ago. Yes, she said, when was she busted for the bulletproof cars? I said, October, something like that, last year. And then she asked me, when did he fire her? I said, like 4 months after. And then she looked at me in the eye and said, you see, Stella Oduah had enough time to steal all the money that she was going to steal before he fired her. I said, Chioma. I was calling her name. And then she asked me, does your mom wait for like 4 months before punishing you for something that you did? I said, no, my mama don't play. And then she said to me, by the way, he didn't fire her, she resigned. And don't be surprised if like few months time, or let's say a few years time, if you hear that she's been offered another position like a senator or something like that. I said, Chioma, only you. She looked at me and said, sit down there. Was he not the same president that freed DSP Alamesia, you know, the governor general of Ijaw Nation, who was convicted of stealing billions of naira, billions? Did they ever recover ₦1 from Alamesia? Till today, the man is a free man in Nigeria, spending our money. The money they should have used to fix our roads, to fix our hospitals, to fix our schools. Alamesia is sitting on billions of naira. I said, Chioma, hey, this is your mouth. You guys know I'm very peaceful. I don't get angry because I'm a very peaceful person. But that day, I was fed up finally. I had to talk to both of them in anger. I said, I trust my president. I trust him. Goodluck Jonathan, GEJ. I trust my president. This is not an effort to get us to vote for him. Habi, Mr. President, is it? Seriously, Mr. President, you see how I'm defending you left and right here in New York, defending you in front of Tunde, defending you in front of Chioma, in front of Amina. In fact, I can't tell you what Amina said. I can't even go there. I beg, don't disappoint me. You see how I'm defending you, Mr. Jonathan. Don't disappoint me. If you are truly fighting corruption, don't just say that you fire Madam. Make sure that they recover all our money that she has stolen. I swear, even that $1.6 million that she allegedly spent on bulletproof cars would repair the Lagos-Ibadan Express Road. If they spend the money on just that road, I'm telling you, that means that less people will die on our roads every day. And not be so, eh? And even if they don't want to fix the Lagos-Ibadan Express Road, they can spend the money on our runways. Sometimes when I'm going to Nigeria, as soon as I get to Lagos, it's like everywhere is dark. Where is the runway now? I'm not saying they don't have lights, but they need to add more lights. So those runways, they can be really dark. It's like NEPA took light at that runway or something. We need more light at our runways. And not only that, at least they can spend this money on standby generator at the airport. That would be good. Sometimes they just take the light at the airport. Can you imagine? So, Mr. Jonathan, please don't disappoint me. Go after the money. That is what is important. For the sake of those who have lost their lives in the plane crash and those who have lost their lives on the Lagos-Ibadan Express Road, so I can continue to defend you with everything I have, including my karate skills. And don't forget to fire the other madam too, I beg. You know, the one under whose nose $20 billion disappeared. According to CBN governor. Yes. I'm not mentioning any names, so I beg. What? Koledo, what did I tell you to put up photo? I said I'm not mentioning any names. Mr. President, don't mind him, Ojare. You get what I'm saying, I'm just keeping it real. My mommies and my dad is watching this show. This next story is about one man like this. They said he's the governor of Osun State. Governor Adeola. Can you please talk to him? Hey, everything was going well in our school. And suddenly, Adeola woke up one day and decided to mess up all public schools in Osun State. You won't believe, he said all public schools must now use the same school uniform. What kind of nonsense is that now? Is he the first to become a governor? The same school uniform. Where is that done? You know, they don't do that in Lagos. My mommy has taken me to Lagos. They don't do that in Lagos. My daddy has taken me to Kwara. They don't do that in Kwara. And I've been to Kogi. They don't wear the same school uniform. Why do we all have to wear the same school uniform in Osun State? It's not good. Me, I like my school uniform. I don't want that thing that he's wearing. I thought that he's exposed, but you know, he doesn't even know what's up. He doesn't know what's up. But you know, he didn't stop there. That is why I need to let you know what is going on. This man has merged all public schools together in Osun State. Can you imagine? Me, I went to school, and then they told me I no longer go to school in this place, so that I have to start going to Suno. That is where my school is. You see, it's like this governor wants to see Aluta. Is that what they call it? Student Aluta. Aluta continua. You know, something like that. My oldest brother told me that is what they call it when students are very mad, very mad, that they can do anything. That is what this man wants to see. It's not good though. I'm telling you. Now he's causing unnecessary religious crisis in all public schools in Osun State. All the Christian students that were posted to Muslim schools, now they were not allowed to hold their fellowship. And the Muslim students posted to Christian schools, they are not allowed to wear hijab. You see, do you guys know? Last week, many students went to school wearing their religious outfits. Some Muslims were wearing hijab and some Christians were wearing choir robes to school on the assembly, and the traditional worshippers invited masquerade to my school. Can you believe it was chaotic? We were fighting each other. I mean, the students were fighting each other because me, I was not there. But I saw some teachers fighting each other as well because of religion. My friends are telling me that Mr. Adeola is a fanatic. That is what my friends are saying. Me, I don't know. So please, my mommy and daddy that are watching this show, please talk to him. We're talking about this religious crisis. Unnecessary among us young people, we are fighting each other for religion instead of us focusing on the coming WAEC and NECO. Please talk to him. He's now wearing school uniform. We don't know why. We think he looks Weird. Like, why is he wearing school uniform? That is not correct. Anyway, on behalf of all the public school students in Osun State, we don't want religious crisis. We just want to face our studies. I don't know anything, but Adeola said I can keep it real. Now, moving on to Kenya. Now, you guys know that I don't like talking about people, especially about pastors. You get what I'm saying? Yes. So I was sitting down at home, drinking my Kool-Aid, when somebody sent me this video on my Facebook fan page. By the way, if you have not liked my Facebook fan page, what are you waiting for now? You want me to beg you? Thank you, Jare. Now, let me wait for you to go and click like, do well. I hope I didn't sound desperate. If I did, I beg, take it out. Okay, so yes, as I was saying, somebody sent me this video, but I couldn't resist sharing with you guys. Yes, it's the story of one pastor that was caught in the very act of yes, you understand. The man traveled hundreds of miles to go and do it with another man's wife. I said, Che, I'm telling you, it did not go well for that man of God that day.
The problem was his subject of desire was someone else's wife. The man of God was confronted by the woman's husband, who made sure that the pastor will never forget this day. And somehow he managed to get into his car. A car, just like an obedient dog, was awaiting its master to conclude the not-so-holy business inside the lodging. And off the pastor drove. Back in the room, evidence of the stolen passion littered the room. This is the pastor's object of desire, beauty who made the Lord's servant travel all the way from Embu to Karatina. As she stepped out, the crowd was delirious.
The man fled. Ooh, ma oh la la. You see what I'm saying? The good thing is that I heard that he has repented and his wife has forgiven him. Yes, as well as his family. That reminds me of another pastor in Zimbabwe. I'm sure that you guys have heard about it. This pastor was sentenced to 50 years in prison for raping 4 women in his church. Yes, so can you believe? I said, first of all, the so-called pastor has 11 wives. Now that I still cannot process in my mind. How can a pastor have more than 1 wife? Not to talk about 11 women, only you, and you are preaching. What kind of message are you preaching? Do you know that after he raped those women, he threatened to cast evil spells on them if they tell anybody? So because of that, they kept quiet for the past 10 years until he got busted recently after making a stupid remark on the pulpit that all the women in his church are his wives by right. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the pastor saying such a thing? If anything, my people, I beg, learn from these stories. Before you call somebody your pastor, take a good look at their lives. The Bible says, by their fruit you shall know them, not by their words, not by their miracles. You get what I'm saying? You know me. I don't pretend like I know anything. I beg, I'm just keeping it true. Now, moving on to Kenya. Now, you guys know that I don't like talking about people, especially about pastors. You get what I'm saying? Yes. So I was sitting down at home, drinking my Kool-Aid, when somebody sent me this video on my Facebook fan page. By the way, if you have not liked my Facebook fan page, what are you waiting for now? You want me to beg you? Why are you acting as if you don't know I have a fan page? Just look for Adeola Fayo. Thank you, Jare. Now let me wait for you to go and click like, do well. I hope I didn't sound desperate. If I did, I beg, take it out. Okay, so yes, as I was saying, somebody sent me this video on my Facebook fan page, but I couldn't resist sharing with you guys. Yes, it's the story of one pastor that was caught in the very act of yes, you understand. The man traveled hundreds of miles to go and do it with another man's wife. I said, Che, I'm telling you, it did not go well for that man of God that day. Unfortunately for him, the husband knew about it.
The man of God was confronted by the woman's husband, who made sure that the pastor will never forget this day.
The man fled. Ooh, la la. You see what I'm saying? In fact, the good thing is that I heard that he has repented and his wife has forgiven him. You know, yes, forgiven him. As well as his family. For now, the church has put him on suspension. That reminds me of another pastor in Zimbabwe. You know, I'm sure that you guys have heard about it. This pastor was sentenced to 50 years in prison for raping 4 women in his church. Yes, so can you believe what these people are turning the pulpit to? I said, first of all, the so-called pastor has 11 wives. Now that I still cannot process in my mind. How can a pastor have more than 1 wife? Not to talk about 11 women, only you, and you are preaching. What kind of message are you preaching? They're doing it with 11 different men. Haba. And on top of that, you're not even satisfied with the 11 women that you have. You raped another 4 women. Do you know that after he raped those women, he threatened to cast evil spells on them if they tell anybody? So because of that, they kept quiet for the past 10 years until he got busted recently after making a stupid remark on the pulpit that all the women in his church are his wives by right. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the pastor saying such a thing? If anything, my people, I beg, learn from these stories. Before you call somebody your pastor, take a good look at their lives. The Bible says, by their fruit you shall know them, not by their words, not by their miracles. You get what I'm saying? You know me, I don't pretend like I know anything. I beg, I'm just keeping it true. So you guys remember last week when I read an email from a Gambian viewer about a judge that supposedly has a fake degree from South Africa, Justice Emmanuel Nkia? Well, guess what? The man has fled the country between last week and today. I'm telling you, it disappeared. You know I don't like to gossip, but let me tell you what I heard. So for a long time now, this man has been sending a lot of people to prison in Gambia. He presided over many high-profile cases in Gambia. He was the one that put the former Chief Justice in prison. That is Justice Wowo, who is actually a Nigerian, by the way. I keep thinking that someday Mr. Jonathan will do something about that, especially when he visited Gambia. You know, but nope, no. Mr. Jonathan did not do anything about that. That Nigerian man is still in Gambian prison. This judge that we are talking about is the same one that sent the former information minister to jail. That is Amadou Janin. And then he also sent the former Inspector General of Police to the prison. He sent the Chief of the Army to prison, and then the Secretary General to the President. Even the Justice Minister, who was his own boss, the man that was his boss. So this man that we're talking about sent all of them to prison, just to name a few people. Now he's afraid that almost everybody is gone. Jammeh is putting everybody in prison. That, hey, someday he himself will probably end up in prison. I learned that was why he disappeared. Do you know that he made sure that his plane was about to take off before sending somebody to go and tender his resignation letter? He's originally from Cameroon, so we don't know. Maybe that is where he is right now. All I know is the man has disappeared though. Me, I think it's because I talked about him last week. As soon as he heard that, his story is being discussed on Keeping It Real, I think that was why he disappeared. I'm just kidding. Now, the first problem that most Gambians have with Nkia is his reasons for resigning. Do you know he cited medical reasons as the reasons for resigning? A lot of Gambians think this is an insult to the presidency. Yes, can you believe? Because the president of Gambia, for a number of years now, he's been claiming that he is the medical myth buster. This president says that he can cure HIV/AIDS, that he can cure cancer, he can cure infertility, he can cure asthma, hypertension, and much more. So you see why the justice has insulted His Excellency by fleeing on the basis of illness? I would like to recommend that his resignation should be rejected and that he should be brought to trial. Because now people would be afraid that maybe our president cannot really cure all these diseases that he claims he can cure if the judge is running away on the basis of being sick. And secondly, a lot of Gambians are not happy at all that since this justice put a lot of people in prison, he should have been arrested and put in prison as well, so he would know what it's like. So people are not happy that he got away for free. And speaking of causing fear among the people, do you know that 2 journalists were recently arrested in Gambia for inciting fear among the people, all because they were doing their jobs? This journalist wrote a story about how 19 people defected to the opposition party. Do you know that the president had them arrested because of that, claiming that they are trying to cause panic and fear among the people, even though the story is true? Right now, as we are speaking, these journalists are in court, facing charges of giving false information and causing fear to the public. Can you imagine? How ridiculous is that? Now, the funny thing is, last weekend, 107 members of the opposition party defected to the president's party. Yes, 107. And the reporters from the government-owned newspaper reported the story. And nothing happened to them. I said, whoa, whoa, whoa. How can they get away with reporting the defection of 107 party members? And these 2 journalists are being charged for reporting the defection of 19 people. If 19 defections can cause fear to the public, 107 should cause a stampede. Not be so. And now that Justice Nkia has resigned, hopefully they would have mercy on these 2 journalists, because Nkia is known for throwing everybody in prison. But now that he's gone, hopefully they will have mercy on them. But you guys know that me, I don't know anything. You get what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. Moving on to Ethiopia. Give it up for my Ethiopian sister, Miss Genzebe Dibaba. I hope I'm saying her name right. Who broke the world indoor 3,000-meter record last week. Yes, by more than 7 seconds. I'm telling you, Ethiopians are good. And Kenyans, you get what I'm saying, have been practicing. I like to go for marathon Sunday. Yes, go mama, go mama, go mama, go mama. You get what I'm saying, yeah? 22-year-old Genzebe broke this record when she ran 8 minutes 16 seconds in Stockholm, beating the 8 minute 23 second mark set by Maseret Defar in 2007, the fastest 3,000 meter indoor or outdoor record since 1993. Dibaba also broke the indoor 1,500 meter world record last Saturday. By the way, she's the sister of the 3-time Olympic gold winner, Tirunesh. So it runs in the family. Yeah, we're very proud of you, sister. Keep it up. That's what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying? Just keeping it real. So, I hope you guys had a great Valentine's Day. Yes, mine was, you know, don't get me started. You know, I'm very innocent, I beg. But, you know, while the atmosphere was filled with love, I saw this video of a young man who was so in love with a lady that he decided to take their relationship to the next level. Take a look.
Hi. Hello. Sorry to stop your shopping and your evening. Hello. I just have a very special message for a very special girl. This is where we met 3 months ago.
Oh my God, there are people looking.
You're my Janu, you're my sweetie pie, you're my cutie pie, you're my absolute Jan. Anyway, keep going. You, Janu, you're my sweetie pie, you're my cutie pie, you're my Shonu, you're my everything. And I know you find this cheesy, but I want everyone to know you make me really happy. And I just have one question for you. Jan, please, I need to. You truly make me the happiest person on earth.
Are you okay?
Play that one more time, I beg.
You truly make me the happiest person on earth.
Is not nice. Now, she could at least just say no. All she had to do was say no. She didn't have to smack the guy, no? But you know, I can understand her side as well. I mean, the guy said they just met 3 months ago. Why would you propose to somebody you met 3 months ago? Why? Anyway, my brothers, the moral of the story is make sure that you know a lady very well before you propose to her. Just because you had coffee together a couple of times doesn't mean that she's so in love with you. Make sure that she really wants to be with you before you propose. You know, like these people. Anyway, that was not the story I wanted to tell you, Ojari. I wanted to tell you guys about the story of a woman who had plastic Actually, she used to be a man. Yes, but now she's a woman. If you know what I mean. Yes, okay, so she decided to have a plastic surgery to look more feminine. Take a look at what happened.
46-year-old Raji Nareen Singh's nightmare began when a fake doctor pumped her face and body with a devastating toxic filler.
I got injections in my face, my breast, and my hips and my buttocks.
As a female born in a male's body, Raji was already taking hormones and living as a lady when she decided to take things a step further.
If you really want to truly live as a woman, you need to do some sort of body and facial reconstruction. That's when I made the choice to go get injections done.
Can you believe? Do you see what I'm seeing? All of this is to tell you guys, be happy with who you are. I beg. I'm glad that she even said it.
My message to anyone that would consider doing what I did is not to do it. Don't do it. Because you could die from it, or you could end up like me, disfigured.
Again, my people, be satisfied with who God made you. But you know, I don't know much. I beg. I'm just keeping it real. Before I leave today, I'd like to read some of your emails, and the first one is from Adeola from Fort Worth, Texas, and he says, "Hi Adeola, it would be nice for us to see this your producer, Adeola. You've been talking about him for a while, but we've never seen him. Is it real or fictional?" I'm so sorry that anybody would even think that you are fictional, that anybody would think that you are not real. What an insult. My brother, mind yourself. Now you are making Adeola angry. Do you want to show your face? Honestly, I'm fine with you showing your face. Come now. Come and show your face. Come and show your face, so they will stop bothering me, asking me if you are real or not. You are not showing your face. My people, you see, he doesn't want to show his face. He likes privacy, you know. I respect his wish. There's nothing I can do about that. But don't ever think that Adeola is not real. How can you even say something like that? It's not nice, Thank you for writing. Our next email is from Tokor Hassan, and he says, "Hi Adeola, I'm really enjoying your program, and I'd like to let you know that it was me that Vanguard newspaper conducted an interview with when they talked about the number of Nigerians in Chinese prison. You guys remember a few weeks ago I talked about the number of Nigerian students in Chinese prison, that we have 400 of them. So that is what he's referring to. I only told them there are 400 Nigerians in Chinese prison, not Nigerian students. It was Vanguard's mistake and they've corrected it." So thank you so much, Tokor Hassan, for writing that email and letting me know you were the one that they quoted and that you were misquoted. They were trying to say there were 400 Nigerians in Chinese prison, not Nigerian students in Chinese prison. Thank you very much. Our next email is from Oros Ehiohe. I'm sorry if I didn't say your name right. And this person says, "Hi Adeola, since I saw your interview on Al Jazeera 2 months ago, that makes me know that there is a program called Keeping It Real. I'm the type that normally give up easily, but since I started from episode 1 to episode 106, there is no day that I don't sit for 2 to 4 hours watching your program. It's so amazing. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. I can't believe that somebody would go and watch from episode 1 to... thank you. You just touched my heart. Thank you very much. Our next email is from Tanom Nchom, and this person says, "Hi Adeola, I agree with your discussion about trains in Nigeria, but take a look at this picture." He attached this picture and he says, "Don't you think our people also need to use their brains?" That is true. That is true. If you can look carefully at this picture, people are being ignorant of what could happen. It's not all the time that citizens need the government to help the country or develop the country. We as a whole, we need to comprehend the availability to save our lives first. From Maryland, proudly Nigerian. Thank you so much for sending this photo. It's very sad, and this is the reality. This is how some people get from one point to another. Can you believe how overcrowded the train is? It's very, very sad. But you know, after looking at it, I realized, wait a minute, I've seen something similar here in New York. That was when we had Hurricane Sandy. It was so bad that transportation systems were shut down. A lot of buses were not running. Very few taxis were outside. Let me tell you, even though it's in America, people were acting like we act in Nigeria. I was so surprised.
Onto a bus, pushing and shoving.
Folks, take your time. Take your time.
Taxis were carrying 4 people at the back, 2 people in the front. Instead of carrying 1 person, 6 people were in the taxi. I said, wow, so this can happen outside Nigeria. And even buses were overcrowded. People were standing up. Some people were carrying their children on their laps. I'm telling you, it was crazy because a lot of people didn't have lights. People were looting houses here in New York. So I got to understand that crime rates can go up. Things like this can happen when people don't have adequate basic amenities. I'm telling you, if there are other trains available for these people, they wouldn't be sitting on top of the trains. Let's say we have at least 6 of these trains. You know, these people would not be sitting on the train. But like he said, we need to be more careful. Thank you so much for sending this picture. It's very sad. Our last email is from Samuel Nifemi, and this person says, respect your president, you fool. Ooh. In the country where you reside, you this coward. How many times do they refer to their president as this man? Oh, that's what this is about? Anyway, I suppose you lack home training and manners. The Yorubas are known for having respect for elders. And at this point, I think your paternity should be questioned. Oh, wow. President Jonathan, whether you like it or not, is the best so far Nigeria has gotten. However, please study this passage of the Bible carefully. Are you serious? You just called me a fool? And then you want me to read the Bible verse? Nigerians, you know too much. We have too much drama. You just called me a fool. And then you want me to read the Bible verse. However, read this Bible verse carefully and have a rethink. Proverbs 24:7. What does Proverbs 24:7 say? Wisdom is too lofty for fools. Among leaders at the city gates, they have nothing to say. Oh, wow. What a wonderful Bible verse, I should say. So thank you very much, Mr. Samuel Nifemi, for writing. First of all, I'm so glad that you're watching the show. Please keep watching. And second of all, I think it's very sad, you know, that you would write this kind of letter to me for talking about corruption and for standing up for justice instead of writing such a letter to your corrupt officials. I wonder if you've ever written such a letter, or if you can write such a letter to people who have stolen the money that they are supposed to use to fix your roads, the money they're supposed to use to fix your hospitals. I wonder if you've ever written any of them such a nasty letter. Second of all, referring to Mr. President as this man is not disrespecting him in any way. You can't expect me to keep saying Mr. President every time I talk about him. And you know, he's a man. That's why I say this man. Or you want me to say this woman? And you know, I saw you refer to my home training. My parents actually did a wonderful job and they're very proud of me. So you don't have to question what they did. You know, they did a wonderful job and I'm very proud of them as well. And also, if I stop referring to Mr. President as this man, if I start calling him Baba Laye and I'm calling him Mr. President, His Excellency, I wonder what you get out of it. I wonder how my respect of Mr. President makes life better for you as a person. It's very sad that the fact that we don't talk about all these things. That's why these officials keep doing things that they know they will get away with, because people like you will not talk about what's going on. But if somebody is talking about what they're doing, then you attack the person. It's very sad. And lastly, I realize you're a Christian. I'm also a Christian. And I just like to remind you that a lot of prophets in the Bible actually stood up against rulers that were ungodly. I'm not a prophet, I'm not anything, but thank you for the Bible verse. I read it. Once again, thank you for watching and thank you for writing. Alright guys, that's all the time that I have for emails today. Please keep sending your emails to adeola.keepingitreal@gmail.com. Alright y'all, it's been real and I'm keeping it real right up in here. Until next week, I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace out!